Good night. You know, I basically have been having really bad neck pain and, throat pain. And basically, I looked it up and it sit there and said that basically that my mind and my heart was having a traffic jam moment. And, you know, um, that's what the spirits have been trying to tell me. I was talking to my daughter, so I thought maybe they were trying to tell me about if she was having conflict or whatever. So I was texting her trying to figure out if it was her, but the spirits were trying to talk to me about my issues. Go figure. But you know what? When it comes to my concern, I do love myself and I am concerned about myself. But when it comes to my loved ones, I do put them first. I can't help it. That's just my heart. My heart is, and my mind gets pissed off at my heart. And, damn, got that mosquito fucker. Anyways, there's that little fucker right there. And, anyways, I was talking to the spirit, and of course, the mind was telling me, bringing up things that happened between me and my daughter or me and my mom, and trying to make an argument towards the heart on how to basically what I call like the negative thinking, dark thinking, the devil's way of thinking, because we all are both light and dark creatures. So when that darkness comes, I call it the devil. And the demons are about me because they're trying to persuade me into the darkness or to have dark thoughts about those I love. And I'm like, and they're like, well, da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that did occur, but it's not like I haven't, been immature in my walk as well, And I want to encourage all out there to remember that we all go through inconsiderate spells. So if someone's inconsiderate to us, instead of going, well, blah, blah, and, pointing fingers and criticizing and, going to tear them apart, basically what you can do is just talk to them about, how that made you feel. But also remember that we all fall short when it comes to, being at our best. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. We all go through our shit storms. I mean, and we can't keep on slinging that shit at other people, and I'm not going to do that, I am going to move forward, and that's what basically is hurting my neck because it's like in a traffic jam, and I refuse to look back or side to side when it comes to this matter, because when it comes to those I love, I want peace with them, and I've worked really hard to overcome life experiences that weren't pleasant or that hurt me or broke my heart. And, and I'm healing from that. Like, I've had a lot of throat pain, and it's because of crying, just finally releasing all that hurt that was inside of me. And, I released it. And that's what I say to both light and dark. I release that negative energy and I move forward in light and love. There's no turning back. I don't want to relive the past, so why would I bring up the moments of it? Because I have, hurt those I love just as they've hurt me. It's just a part of the process of growing in heart, mind, body, spirit, and developing in soul. I might sit there and be a little bit blunt and unfiltered in my speaking, but I'm all about the heart. And, feelings, no, feelings don't matter, but when it comes to matters of the heart and how you interact with people and how you speak to them, you can hurt their heart. Not pride or ego, but heart. And, if you keep on stabbing that person in the heart, then eventually you are going to do some serious damage. And I am not going to stab at those I love. Now, I might address a situation and speak the truth of it, but I want others to do the same with me. If when I fuck up, that's what I told my daughter. I was like, let me know if any, how I've hurt you, because I want to know, because that will help me grow and recognize my behaviors, and it'll make me understand from a different perspective, from her perspective. I want my mom to tell me when I'm bitchy or something like that, and she does, and I'm like, it kind of goes, it catches me back, and I'm like, yeah, and I apologize, but I'm not trying to attack her heart. I just might be in a bad mood or whatever, but I want to show those I love that I love them through appreciation and being grateful and thankful and having that open heart to them, and, expressing that I am concerned about their well being, expressing that, mistakes are always, are made, but at the same time saying, I love you and I want to move forward from that moment. And I want to say to all out there, don't stab your heart and don't keep stabbing others' heart, because we're all on a different learning curve. Nobody's life is perfect, no matter what they put it out there and present it to be, because it's not. Most people just ignore the heart, the mind, the spirit, the body, and they pay attention to those things around them. That's why I don't like politics, because it takes people off themselves and off their family. I don't like religion because it takes them off themselves and their family. It's always preaching about serving and doing this and this and this, but it's not. When you love yourself, you focus on yourself. When you love others, you focus on them. You're not trying to run after a cause or a charity or something like that. I'm not into celebrities, because I think people should be for themselves and those they love, and not try to run off to, be in idol worship, or, or anything. Material possession is nice, as long as it doesn't consume, our way of thinking. I've seen more men, love their cars more than they, value their wife and children, or, and I've seen women go off to, their name brand clothes and bags and shit, and value that more than their children or husband. That's why I left my marriage. It was because I felt that my ex-husband valued every fucking thing else except for me. And the truth was, he did. I was just, basically a fixture, and, something that annoyed him and irritated him. And I'm like, no. And I've left relationships behind for that simple purpose, is because they put everything and everyone else above me, and they didn't care that they hurt my heart. They didn't care they hurt my mind. They didn't care if they hurt my spirit. They didn't care. And they thought it was all right just because they might have provided a little something. But let me tell you, there is no cost that can buy my heart or replace it when somebody hurts it. And I'm not going to sit there and go and say to my heart, oh, it's okay that you're broken, but at least I got a car payment out of it, or that they're paying bills, or, I got some dick. That's just wrong. I'm not going to do that. Or, or I tell my heart, well, we just don't want to be alone, and just take the abuse, or force yourself with somebody. You don't do that. So, and that's what I tell the spirits about me, myself, as I receive that message. I speak to myself, because I always play my videos back, and I always watch myself as I'm making them. And, I speak this, and it's the truth, and I tell myself the truth, and I tell my mind, look, we're not going to go about and be cold to the ones we love. We're not going to sit there and, put the heart aside. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to work together with the heart. We're going to work together with the body. We're going to work together with the spirit. We're going to work together to grow in soul. And that's what I tell my mind. and that's just the way it's going to be. So I say to that mind, just stop. And I say to others, when that darkness is all around you, you can't feed that darkness. You got to let it go. And you can't outdrink it. You can't, you know, cover it up with chemicals or whatever, bind. You've got to address the situation. You've got to recognize your mind, your heart, your spirit, your body as you grow in life experiences and grow in soul. You know, and that's what I say. And so I say to the mind, and to all that is about me, we are going to move forward through this, and we're not going to sit there and have a traffic jam or get backed up or have issues, because the heart has love. Because love is the most important. I want all to know that. Love is the most important. The heart of all that matters. Without a heart, all you have is darkness about you. Without heart, if you don't go in heart, you create hell and death about you. Okay? However, you can't just let the heart run wild. That's why you have a mind for discernment. And you look and you tell your heart, no, you can't be going there. However, when it comes to those you love, I tell the mind, we ain't going anywhere that's hurting us or whatever like that. It's not hurting any part of us to open our heart up in love and welcome those in love. Now, if it was a case where, my daughter was being abusive or something like that, that would be different, but that's not the case. So, I say to the mind, it's time for you to stop. And I say to the darkness, yes, you are a part of me, but you are not going to sit there and overwhelm me or, draw me into a bad situation. I call to the light, and I release my pain and stiffness and, all that is wrong. Yes, I have been hurt. I recognize that, but it was just a series of events. Sometimes you get separated from your loved ones. It's nobody's fault. It just fucking happens. And when somebody is upset, yes, things are said, actions are done that are hurtful and spiteful. And I tell the mind, I'm not going to continue in that. I'm not going to fight or feud with those I love. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Now, there are those I've loved that I put away because they were no good for me. And, that I listened to my mind, and after a while, I told my heart, we just can't do this anymore. So I sit there and say, nope. And, I have to, protection. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect your body. You have to protect your heart. You have to protect your spirit as you go about in life experiences in this world. So that is something that I wanted to address before I go to sleep tonight. And, and I tell my mind, stop it. Just let the flow go. Let's open up all chakras and let's work together in harmony as one in unity. The mind, the body, the heart, the spirit feeds the tree of life, which is in me. We're not going to close ourselves off. We're not going to put the heart away. We're going to be in unity as one and just open up and learn from the past and put that hurt away. We're going to grow in wisdom. We're going to put away pride, ego. We're going to put away being ruled emotionally. We're going to, talk to the mind in a logical way. We're going to speak to the heart in love. And we're just going to let all that flow. All that blood flow. All those little highways and byways open up. Just open up. And let all of it flow to receive healing. That's what we want. We want healing. We want to feed our light. We want to welcome true life. We just want to surround ourselves in goodness as we travel through. All in goodness. We're not going to let ourselves get upset over petty, stupid past events, our misunderstandings, or missing communication. We are not going to feed into that immaturity of that. We have grown. We are not going to be dramatic or theatrical or try to feed off others' guilt. We're not going to do that. Just let it go. And I encourage y'all out there listening, if you're hearing it, just let it go. If you're, and it says in scripture, if your brother, mother, sister, whatever offends you, then you go to them and you speak to them. And try to do it in rational thought. Don't hide from truth. Don't try to cover it up. Just straightly go to them and express to them. But remember, as you express to others, they're going to express back, their perspective of it. So be prepared and don't be defensive. And that's what I say.